You're live. Okay. So that was stupid, to say the least. I changed my apartment, so we're gonna see how the lighting works. I think it should be okay. Here. This is better. Okay. All right. We're going back into Bill Murray's basement. Not because I want to, but because we have to. Fucking people, you guys. Fucking people. I can't even. Zaire! Fuck yeah. Zaire is here. I'm good. How are you? Hi. Oh my gosh. I shouldn't look lovely. You're just being nice. But thank you for that.
Jules. The guy with Jules.
Okay, we did that.
And the comics are all too stupid. They go, wait, cloves?
Okay, we did that. I'm gonna pause it and let it chillax. Let me just check this out. Zaire, oh my gosh, have you ever had an unusable oven? I hope you never ever do. So, I started this live before and they had to come look at my unusable oven again for like, I don't know how many times this year, whatever. I'm changing subjects. I have some wine. Hold on, let me get my bong. I'm gonna take some bong hits. Okay. I feel like this is gonna be good. Zaire, say hi to your girlfriend, please. All right, let me get my bong and we'll be all set. Oh my gosh, the struggle is so fucking real. Zaire, you're the cutest energy. My GF and I are gonna watch you for dinner. Oh, you're so cute. What are you having for dinner? Ugh, I love you. Yes, we had an oven break before. It's a huge. Well, you know what was like the worst? Was last night putting in my burrito. So the oven has been like works sometimes, doesn't work sometimes, kind of thing for 5 months, and it's like the shittiest oven. Like from like one of the reasons I moved into this apartment was because I knew the people that lived here before. It was like a super cool couple. They had like the best energy. It's like important. And I felt like it was like, I don't know, like a blessing, whatever. But I also like knew that like this oven was with them. They lived here 6, 8 years. You know what I mean? So like, and then they came here I'm not even gonna get into it. I'm sorry. But they came here at 11 and went to told me, yeah, like, yeah, it doesn't work. Went to the office, told the office it works. So then the office comes at 2 by herself and sees it doesn't work. And then they all come together again just now when I was doing a live to all notice it doesn't work. And the head honcho fucking Fidel Castro, such a long story, approves a swap so that they can swap my oven with another oven somewhere in this apartment complex. And the guy's still trying to like use a lighter under the thing. I took videos. I sent it to my friend who speaks Spanish. I said, tell me what they're saying. I also said to the lady who works in the office, I was like, how do you say liar in Spanish? I'm like, what? Like, this is the best one though. Let me play the best one. I'm like, stop. I was like, because the manager came in and was like, it's still not working. You know, this is the fourth time people come to my house. Third time she's been in my house today. And they're still trying to do some jerry rig situation after the manager just said, swap the fucking oven. So Addie's approved the swap of the oven, but they want to stay in my apartment for some reason and play around. I don't know why. Yeah, get the fuck out of my apartment, you fucking loser liars. I said to the woman in the front, I said, how do you say liar in Spanish? ¿Cómo se dice liar in Spanish? It's like Mendoza something, Mendoza Dada. And I was like, Mendoza Dada! Like this. And then they're sitting here playing with fucking lighters. I'm like, you're not going to jerry rig my fucking oven again. Like, y'all already owe me way too much money for so much food I couldn't cook because it works once in a while. Fucking lie. And like, I hate it when people pretend they don't speak English. I'm playing with my phone. Look, this is the second time motherfuckers in my house today. Just looking around, playing with my flashlight. Bitch, like, what the fuck? Hold on, let me get the one where the woman's like, so it's still not working? I'm telling you guys to swap it out. They were like hanging out in my oven for 15 minutes after. By the way, I've never used the bottom part of that oven, so anything that's in there is literally from the tenants before, which is gross. Meanwhile, these guys were at my place at 11 a.m. this morning and reported to the office that my oven worked. Whatever. Wait, where's the one where she says, switch it? She's like, what's going on, guys? We're going to be done with my oven in 1 second. Who are you looking for?
Hello, is Ashley available?
Hi, this is Ashley.
Hi, it's Marcella in the leasing office. So can they come by tomorrow at 11 o'clock to exchange the stove?
Yeah, that would work well.
Okay, cool. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Marcella. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Oh, you know what? The maintenance guy needs to stop by. He left his knife in your apartment.
He left his knife in my apartment? Are you sure? Because I don't see a knife here. Did you leave it in the oven? A fold? I don't see anything here that doesn't belong to me. Where did he think he left it? No, there's only a hairbrush on the ground. There's like nothing. There's no folding knife here. If I see it, I'll bring it to your office, but there's literally nothing here. I don't see it anywhere. I just looked everywhere. Thank you, Marcella. Y'all, the struggle is fucking real. I don't want to talk about my oven anymore. I do want to talk about the burritos. I don't even know what's going to happen. Like, so I put burritos in the oven last night. So the oven works sometimes, doesn't work sometimes, whatever. And I put the burritos in the oven last night and it just didn't turn on. And so I put it in, what do you call it? I mean, it's like a frozen burrito, but in fucking tin foil, put it in the freezer, roll the dice, right? Okay. So what we need to do right now is watch Red Bar because I need to not think about my fucking stupid oven, not think about anything, everything, and just laugh. And that's what Mike helps us to do, Mike and Jules. Okay. I love you guys. Hey, Lambros! I know, totally. Zaire, I'm like, but I want to build them for my dinner tonight. Like, I have to order food. Like, the only food I have that I can prepare is what I would have to put in the oven. Or I can just, but this is like stupid, you guys. And I'm going to get to this. I don't want to mesh so much like Red Bar with like sonar videos, like stuff like that. But like, for somebody like, and I know that nobody cares and it doesn't matter, but like with an eating disorder and stuff, it's like, fuck you, dude. Like, because it makes me feel like I've been in like whatever, like recovery from an eating disorder for a long time, like 10 years. almost 11, I guess. But it's like, it makes me so frustrated that I'm like, and this is something that probably only somebody that's like experienced having like an eating disorder would understand. Like, it's like, okay, so this is a big thing that just hit me, especially with eating disorders, but with a lot of things, when we do something like, okay, so I feel like a thought that went through my mind was like, fuck this, like, I'm just not going to eat. Who does that hurt? It doesn't hurt the maintenance men that lied. It doesn't hurt serious asset management that's negligent for 5 months on this and a bunch of other shit. That would only hurt me not to eat, right? So I will be ordering something, maybe Thai food, because Zaire had a really good idea. Kind of feel like pad Thai. But do you see what I'm saying? Like, we have to. Marcus Aurelius said one of the best things that I try to always keep in my mind. The only thing you can ever change about any situation is your attitude towards it. Right? And hopefully we can get some deduction on the rent this month.
It's like, okay.
So some of this is going to be review,
you're
I
smelling
think.
it. You're smelling. Surely
We're back
you've
in
been
Bill
around
Maher's
weed.
dumbass
You know the
basement.
difference between a clove cigarette and weed, right? Smell.
That's when he's pretending.
So it's weed.
But
Speaking of
also,
weed-
in Jeff's defense, why is Bill acting
Exactly.
like
Why is Bill got to call
He
it a clove?
just
Well,
said-
Bill's going to explain.
he
Listen
just
to that
called it a
kind
It's not pot, it's a clove cigarette.
Oh my gosh.
pot.
Wait.
Oh, I see.
Zaire. Zaire. I'll find it. Hold on. Zaire, you just cracked me up. You heard that? Motherfucker been in my house 3 times today. And they're going to call me and tell me they left their knife here. Do you know what I wanted to say, Zaire? Yeah, tell him to come get it. I'll be happy to put it in his fucking neck. The knife was not here. Okay. Here we go. You know what's hilarious though? That sloppy ass motherfucker has been in my house 4 times today, claiming he left a knife. There's no knife there. And then the other like 5 times he's been to look at my oven. 3 out of 5 of those times left some dirty ass fucking tool or some shit. Like, what the fuck is this? Like a fucking machete?
It's Jeff Ross.
Like a
And
dirty
so do I.
machete
Let's show
on my
you this.
table?
This is,
Doing.
and you got that pole out there.
Yeah,
Pole
that's
is in the
right.
jet.
Sorry.
Pole is
Sorry.
Do you want to
Oh,
hear
you're
any
watching the
updates?
live.
You know, are you sure you're not going to get arrested?
So Larry
Okay.
David called him after he smoked pot on real time. And he's, you're going to get
There's
arrested.
a little bit of a review.
Exposed. Larry David. Scared of cops. Scared of weed.
Oh.
All right.
It was like 10 years ago or something. And I was like, I doubt it,
The
but you
motherfucker
know,
is afraid of my dog.
if they
he's
do,
like, just put the
they'll
dog
be
away when I
embarrassed.
come. Like,
not me. Though, and that's the attitude I've taken ever since then. And I think it's
here's why they're fucked.
I'm
though.
sure
the cops.
Let
would
me
be
just tell you
really
guys real quick.
humiliated.
They're fucked now because I have given these 2 maintenance men, I've given them cash tips. I've given them food. I've given them like things that I don't even have for myself, you know, for them to like, I get it. Like they're not like, and that's why I'm always nice to everyone, but like, they're like working for other people, but to like straight up like lie to my face and then lie to the office. And then like, I'm just really happy at least one person's working here now, Marcella, that gives a fuck about anyone, but like, nah, like fuck them. And they know it. Motherfuckers.
Yeah, it's one of the things that's always, whenever I think of cops, I always think about how embarrassed and how much they wish they could take it back that they act. Please. They would
Well,
not care.
I get it.
And they would not arrest
Anyway, people are busy,
money.
but it's
Do you
like,
think one day the
Anyway.
gun states
I love you,
will
Lambros.
attack the pot
You're right.
states? 'Cause
you. Okay, this is where things get weird.
What did Marcus say?
You know, Bill Maher just got,
Hey,
just
Adam.
really mad at the left. You know,
You're right.
like many of us
Adam,
are,
you
of
are
course.
right.
But
It's very
it's like
illusory.
he's picking up a couple of
I'm
these
reacting
cool
to
right-wing
something that
things,
is
and it's
not a
almost
huge
like
deal.
liberating for
I
him
actually have
to
money
kind of
to
dip his
order
toe
pizza or
into what
something.
used to
That
be
is,
off
like,
limits, like guns
Amazing.
and some other nasty things. So this is weird. He starts kind of getting on a gun thing with Jeff, and we've got a little bit
Someone says Larry David was probably mocking Bill and he just didn't get it.
of
Sorry, I keep moving it.
interesting. How so?
Just to put that, like going, ooh, are you sure you're not going to get arrested?
Ooh. No, I think
Hi,
Larry was
Citizen
scared. Those old timers, really, they
Well, it's
are
like,
stuck in the past like that. They,
Zaire, you're adorable.
what are you
And your
doing?
girlfriend is even cuter.
You can.
It's just
Okay, so here,
like
watch.
Adam said, it's a luxury
This
problem.
happened to me
But
last
it's
night,
more
so I
like,
was gonna kill
why do you
myself.
guys have to keep coming to my house? And like, why are you gonna lie?
I don't
Like,
know.
it's like the shittiest
No, this one's
oldest
okay.
stove
This
anyone's
one's
ever
swallowable.
seen.
This one's move on.
You
Okay,
know,
watch this
I
little
pay my
exchange
rent
here
on the
between.
first of every month. Like, that's something
Of
that I
course,
feel
they got
really
5
honored
minutes
about.
in.
Like, why can't you just
5 minutes in, he hasn't
super easy,
welcomed
put it in a new
Jeff or made
fucking
him comfortable. One
don't
bit.
ask me
Watch
about a
this.
knife after you come to my
The
house 5
attitude I've
days and
taken
lie.
ever since
After
then,
5 months
and
of
I
me
think
not having
it's
a stove, I'll use it
on the
you.
money.
Do you think one day the gun states will attack the pot states? Because it seems like they're not the same states necessarily.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Didn't they just run over the pot states?
Well, this is a gun and pot household.
Okay.
Whoa, see? Well, this is a
Citizen
gun
M,
and
I
pot
really
household.
disagree.
Very
He's cool. I
cool,
feel
Bill.
like-
So now we're going to hear about Bill's gun stuff,
Citizen M,
and
I
you gun
don't
guys
think
are
Bill
going to
Maher is
love
cool.
this.
We can
Bill
agree to
fucking knows
disagree.
guns. I mean, it almost sounds like he's
But I
been
think
Terran
Bill Maher is
Tactical.
really
Anybody follow Terran Tactical on
delusional.
Instagram
I think
lately?
he's
Oh, they got some good
completely
ads.
into himself, like super
Ooh,
egotistical,
I just wish I had
ignorant, and quite
what is it called?
stupid.
What did I just call that
But
company?
that's
Terran
just-
Terran Tactical.
I wish I had a Terran bronze barrel modded gun that holds more bullets and sticks out the end. I don't like that look. I like when the clip fully. I know you gun guys. Oh, 2 extra bullets. Just bring 2 extra guns. You know.
We saw
You
this
see me? I
part.
got Molly.
I like
says I got
that.
a Molly
Just bring
shirt
2
that I
extra
made.
guns.
I don't know why
I still
nobody's
what a
making
Molly
Molly
shirt is. I guess it holds
panel
bullets.
T-shirts. I've got shirts that I usually wear, and they're just Molly poops all over. And I just attach with carabiners every gun I own, and I can barely walk. But believe me, when it becomes this Gunza Hotep thing that I got to do, I'm going to be settled. All right, watch this. A gun debate between Jeff Ross and Bill Maher, who's into guns now because he's rebelling against his political party.
Didn't they just run over the pot states?
Well, this is a gun
Mike
and pot
Akimbo,
household.
yes.
Okay.
You're not?
I don't have any guns.
Why?
I guess I would if it was easy. I'm just afraid it'll get turned on me somehow.
Oh, well, that's such a bad attitude.
Shouldn't you have been
Whoa,
more
there's Bill.
afraid
And
of having
you
sex
know
with
what
a
the thing with
15-year-old
Bill, no matter
girl?
what
Just saying.
topic you're on,
Like,
he is
that
gonna
would be
know
turned on you
and
faster
you
than legally owning a
into
gun.
such a place where you're so insecure to even say a peep. You know, this is like if you were 8 years old and you're hanging around all your dad's friends. And, sorry, these guys are too intimidating. I'm going to get the hell out of here. That's what he makes people feel like. He's so rude.
I know.
So watch this. Everything Jeff says, he's got to, you know?
I'm just afraid it'll get turned on me.
You know who used to act like this before his 8 other personalities? You know who used to act just like this? This is why I started hating him. Patrick C. Melton. This is how Patrick would act. You would get in a conversation with him, and it was just, oh, okay, Jesus, sorry, I'm not doing it perfect like you. Good God. That's exactly
Zaire,
how
he's
Bill's
totally
acting.
living in a
Watch
parallel,
this.
disconnected place.
Somehow.
Oh, well, that's such a bad attitude.
Why?
Because
Marcus,
you know,
somebody
you're
wrote that
letting
Hey, Bill.
the
Sunday, the last time we were in Bill
worst
Maher's
possible
bitchy ass
event.
There
bummer
it is.
basement. Somebody else wrote the
Directly
same thing.
into our eyes, quirky style. Look at this Down syndrome retard. I'm sorry, but if you stare into a camera at me like this, I'm zooming. Oh my God. That's what you got going on downstairs? That's what I call
Oh
people.
my god, wait, do it
And
so
that's
this
like,
is-
you
I'm
can
looking
tell
at the
that's like
monitor
wait,
here.
cut out the
John.
glasses completely and
Okay.
just do the lips
Like,
and
you know that
ears.
dude
Okay,
gets
hold on, let me
Botox
get
and
it.
stuff.
Damn.
Quentin Tarantino.
I'm seeing like a cancer woman.
Yes. Oh, of course. Yeah, he's one of these bald, like,
At
his
the
arms are
end.
like 3 times the size as normal arms.
Skin's so soft though.
Yeah, his skin is nice. But let's go into those eyes once more. What, so this is me now that everybody imitates? Just this creature? Remember, I was thinking of the imposters. I just caught myself in the monitor. This is how I stand now. I like that. I like a low profile guy. You know, I consider myself to be low to the ground, like that. You know, you'll always see me like this.
You hate bending down.
Well, I hate bending, but I love leaning down. Okay. So, oh, there he is. And this is why we all came here. Look at that fucking face. I mean, are you serious
you,
with this
Zaire.
staring me right in the fucking eyes? Those
I'd
glasses, by
never
the way, are
even heard
too
his name
narrow
before.
for your head. You have a giant cranium upstairs. Imagine his head just goes up and up and up and up and up and up. I mean, this guy's a fucking freak. I never thought I would be so delighted
really, dude?
by
Oh,
just
really?
examining
Really?
him. Usually you got to be quite the freak for me to want to just examine you and nothing more. If you're in
And
that
nothing
territory, so
more.
you've really done it.
He does look
Okay,
creepy
I
as
love this guy.
fuck.
Look at that motherfucker. All right, let's see what he does next. It's a
Motherfucker.
bad debate.
I
Guided
hardly
by
ever hear
the
Mike cuss.
Actions of the least capable people guide what you want to do. It's sort of the same argument they very often use about drugs. We can't have drugs because people will OD. Yes, some people will, but we couldn't have any. We shouldn't organize life
But
around
also,
what
Jeff isn't even saying that guns should not be
No,
allowed. He's just
it's
saying
like
he personally.
that's what I mean.
doesn't
Bill's
want
like
one.
having arguments with his guests based on like the
In
stuff
his
he's annoyed
head.
with in culture. But it's not the guest that's doing it to him. But the guest will always remind Bill of the pain in his ass and the annoyance that the other people are. So when he hears Jeff doesn't own a gun, he's oh, you're one of them. That's a bad attitude. And I agree. I mean, why doesn't Jeff have a gun? What kind of fucking bitch is afraid of a fucking little tiny bullet?
We saw this part. So I think this is like
So,
about where we
I mean,
ended.
there's nothing more beta than being afraid to be killed by
He
a gun.
probably thinks that the 16-year-old he has locked in his basement will get her hands on it and show up pointing it at his head when he
Jeff
wakes
Ross
up.
has
He
really
wasn't there a
been
rumor that he
roasting
was with a
people since
16-year-old
Whitney
girl?
Cummings
Something like
was
that.
Something like that. He
but a
skated out of that
glint
little.
in the
It
eye
kinda-
There
of
was
the
a big
man.
Jeff Ross
Hey, Amy.
underage girl rumor.
And I think it happened at the
I've been
exact same
missing
time as
you.
Crystalia, and it
Yeah,
got
and it
swept
kind
I
of
don't know
gets
if you
swept under the
know,
rug.
I
Let's
lost one of my
reopen that file, please,
babies.
Jeffrey.
So that's why I
Oh,
sent you
please
something.
don't do this.
I hope you're good.
And that's why he only wants to do any of these guys that just want to do stand up now. Yeah, I can tell you why.
You're
right, so
just entranced.
He doesn't have a gun, and that might have
You
something to
just
do with it.
entrance them with
Oh
your
my
beautiful
God.
energy.
You know, a
and
lot of these
enlighten
guys
them
who don't
beyond
have a gun, you got to go.
material.
Maybe the government knows something we don't. Maybe they're not allowed to get a gun.
Wow.
Maybe something happened.
Wait, what?
You know, what's
That's a
going
good
on?
angle. If
That's a
you're
good angle.
anti-gun,
Every
that
day,
means you're just a
16
criminal and are covering
Yeah,
it
you
up
just
by
can't
not
get a gun
wanting
probably
one.
because your mental health valve failed or something. And you don't want to tell anybody that because that's too embarrassing, where you've done something to some kid. And, you know, you've signed deals that you'll never carry a gun or something. I don't know.
Didn't Jeff Ross even do like a public explanation? I'm like picturing an Instagram post with
I
a
would
white
love to
background
hear it.
that
I'm into
Jessica?
Jeff Ross stuff. I'm interested in what he's hiding.
I have another
Radic
clip
met Jeff
where a
Ross
fly
at a
lands on his
comedy
head.
club at
And he doesn't know.
15.
He doesn't even know.
He
Soon
didn't
after
even know.
she
Yeah,
alleged
it's
they
sus.
began a
All
sexual
right, let's see
relationship.
what happens in this gun
Justin,
debate. I love
Do you
gun
know what
debates.
happened after that?
the least
He
capable,
sued
stupidest
her.
people do with something.
Jeff
So,
Ross
yeah,
sued
you know,
her.
you're not going to shoot a school up. And, you know, if you're attacked in your house is invaded, you know, wouldn't you rather level the playing field rather than somebody being able to have you at their...
You know, these are all like the things that like I was passionate about when I was like 16.
Ross shaved his
You know,
head
it's
after a
always shocking
relationship
to see some
breakup,
man
but
like
he
passionate about like, you remember when you were like first 16 and 17, you're like, oh my God, I had no idea. All this. You start forming
I
opinions.
think
Why
it
do you have
added
these like
some
passionate
credibility for
opinions
his
at old
prison
age? Shouldn't you
show.
be so
I don't know about
bored
his prison
of
show,
your
but
passionate
I
opinions?
know, I feel like
you know,
he did some bad
unless
things.
this is a brand new opinion to him. This is a new thing. Interesting. I mean, I remember saying this stuff when I was 16. Like, wouldn't you rather have
I don't
a
think it was a
fighting
lie,
chance?
Lambros.
Like,
That's the
I
point.
wouldn't even say that now. That's so boring. I would just go, he's not gonna.
Motherfucker disappeared
Fucking piece
off the
of shit.
map for years.
That's all I would do. I would just
After
curse you
that.
out. All right, let's see this. This gets way funnier. There's a
And I
part I'm
think
just
there were a
remembering
few
that's
more,
coming up
actually.
about
I don't think
music.
it was just one
Amazing.
person.
Amazing.
Also, there's a ton. There's like a huge long Vulture article of this accuser.
Ooh.
This happened in 1999. She was
99.
15. But then Jeff, I guess, sued her for defamation, saying it's
Ooh.
not true. I don't know what came of that, though.
So let's interview Jeff and ask him all about the lawsuit.
Sweet.
You know, he's another one of these idiots where I wonder if he would just allow himself, like Steve Renazizi, to just relive his worst time. Interesting.
He probably would.
Yeah, he probably would.
Utter mercy.
How hard is it to get a gun in California?
I mean,
And what kind of
This is one of
question
my
is that?
favorite
You're a
parts.
grown man.
You're a grown man.
You know, you're on stage speaking to large groups of people. You don't know how to do things.
You don't know how to do
You
things.
live there, right? You live in LA. Shouldn't you know the rules?
How hard is it to get a gun in California?
I mean, I don't remember. I've had mine for a while. I mean, I remember it was paperwork and waiting.
Oh, we saw
There
this
was
part.
definitely, I don't know if the laws have
I
changed,
was
but
with
I
a
don't.
You know, I
guy
did
in a
paperwork too when I
place
bought my
for a
first gun.
day.
It was a little note.
That was
I'll
his
never
training.
forget what it said. Here, I'll show you if I can. Here we
Let's
go.
see if
This
we
is
can read
perfect.
it in this
Yeah, that'll
lighting.
work.
I
It
couldn't
worked,
read
didn't
his
it?
note.
Jules,
Could
why don't you
anybody
put some
read
dinner
what he
music
wrote
for me
down?
while
I know it's
show
like a
people
joke.
with the note, the paperwork that I did when I received my first gun. If you
Does
just
anyone
get
know what
the-
it says? He was very mad whenever I wore red lipstick or really dark makeup. She said he didn't
No
like
music?
it.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you so much.
It's just taking a long time to
This is hard to write on. It's my glasses.
If anybody can tell me what this note says, that'd be cool. Nick, I thought you were sending it to me.
It's hard. A long bit too. I'm already
Every
over
time I've
this.
gone to the shop, it's
So yeah, you know, I
everything
do
is not
paperwork too when I
sold.
bought
I mean,
my first gun. And here it is.
not for sale. Not for sale.
Fuck
Sold
yeah,
out. Sold
bro.
out. And I've been dropping hints.
That's what I think of your paperwork.
Almost every
They said,
live that I
Take
do
the
around
guns,
bar.
take the cash, take whatever you can, Mike.
Anyone want to send me
Here's
a
our
hat?
keys,
Send a
Mike. You're
shirt?
better
I'll
than
be
us.
happy
You're
to
better than
accept
us.
it.
We're the cops. Here's all our cuffs. You're better than us. You're better than us. We're the gun store. You have all our stuff. We like you, Mike. Thanks for that note. You win the job. You won. No one else tried. Everyone else pussy. You're the guy.
You're getting a job there.
Yeah, that's an application for the job at the gun store. An old story I always had. All right, cut that dinner music and let's go back to Bill Maher. This gets way better. All right, check this out. Here he is with Jeff Ross. They're
Damn,
still talking
Justin.
about the guns.
I
I don't
don't
think they
doubt
got
it.
any easier.
But you can't leave with it.
No,
Leave it.
I certainly
Before he
remember that story
disappeared,
was
he
on
was
Sunset
very
LA
close
Guns.
with
Yeah.
you know
Not there
who.
anymore, but I think it was popular, and I seem to remember as a popular tattoo.
Yeah, that's because it was a band. So he thought he saw these people with LA Guns tattoos and like Melrose and stuff, and he's like, "Oh, whoa, they really love this gun shop." No, I'm sorry, it can't be right.
Hi,
And
Willie
I think Jeff
Lopez.
knows. So watch this.
Story that was on Sunset LA Guns.
Citizen
yeah.
Mike Show
Not there
Notes
anymore,
reads what?
but I think it
Why'd
was
you retract your
popular,
message?
and I seem to remember as a popular tattoo. You know, people got LA Guns. It may have something to do with the
blush.
naming of Guns N' Roses. I don't know.
It was a band like that.
Shut up.
But-
But
Yes, and
Jules
there's a
is so
band.
much
so
yeah.
cuter.
did you train?
Not yes, and there's a band.
Yeah. Well, there's. I don't know what it was about. Maybe something to do with Guns N' Roses. That's all I could think of. That's incredible. And Jeff Ross was just too. And Jeff knows. I mean, Jeff is
Yeah,
Mr. Sunset
well, it was
Strip.
a band.
Dude, Jeff is the Sunset Strip. People don't know that about this guy. I mean, he's a Motley Crue music video. All right, let's see some more gun control talk.
Yeah, I've had training. I actually.
Oh, wait. This is so
I've
good.
had training.
They're going to talk about their
I was with
training.
a guy
Listen to this.
in a
He's had
place
training.
for
So
a
we've seen our
day.
fools train. A lot of our fools train. We've seen Sam Tripoli
Nobody
train.
that's
Brian
telling
Kell,
the truth
Joe
would
Rogan,
ever say
Tom
anything
Segura.
in this way.
The list goes
Yeah,
on
I
and on.
had training.
Of all the comedians
And
we've
first of all,
actually watched
watch
train,
how
Steven
I've
Crowder.
been studying body behavior.
Can you
We
believe
know
it?
this.
Can you
so now
imagine?
beep beep.
So
His voice rises,
let's
he
hear
goes,
about
"Yeah,
Bill's
I've had training
the newest fool
I was with
to
a
join
guy
the gun
in a place
training
for a day.
public club.
Guns
What?
N'
That
Roses.
like makes
I don't know.
zero
It
sense.
was a band like that.
But
But
yes, and there's a band.
so
yeah.
did you train?
Yeah, I've had training. I actually had went out with a guy on the place and go through. It was just like one day, but
Oh, okay. So do you train though? Like you have a gun, do you do training? Yeah, of course. No, lots of training. There was a guy. We went out, I think.
I love you, Amy. I
like
love you,
one day.
Lambos.
Well, you know, one day doesn't mean 24 hours, by the way.
That
One
means
day
1
means
hour.
an hour. Okay. Adults don't. One day to an adult is 1 hour with somebody. Okay, so that's pretty nuts to say, and
A
it gets worse.
place,
And
a
he was so
guy,
defensive
a
about the
day,
training.
Exactly.
so
Yeah,
fucking
yeah, yeah.
vague. Nothing
Yeah,
ever
I've
happened.
had training. I actually
He
had
probably
a-
doesn't
you know,
even
went
have
out
a
with
gun, you
a
guys.
guy in the-
Like
on
a
the
lot of you said on the
place, and
last
we
one,
would
he's
go
probably
through-
not allowed to
it
have
was just like
one
one
for
day,
any
but
number of reasons.
that way you can get it in one day. Now, should you brush up? Yes, you should.
Have you brushed up?
Absolutely. I mean, it should be, you know, there's no reason why gun ownership shouldn't be like any other kind of license you would get, like to fly a plane, that you just don't walk in and start flying it.
Guns are the most
These are,
boring
like,
hobby, though. I mean, they really are. It's like,
to like
you have all these guns, you're so excited, and then you just go and you go.
to like, I don't even know what this dude is even saying.
Can I kill somebody,
Straight up.
please? I'm fucking itching to kill somebody now. This sucks. Like shooting a tree. You barely
I'm
see it.
fucking itching to kill somebody.
It's funner
right
to shoot a
now.
gun in a video game than in real life. So I don't know what these people are. It's so mad. It's so, yeah. Maybe if you're shooting someone in the head, you know.
I'm trying to not move the computer
Then I can
because when I
see.
laugh, the computer
Does a
moves.
man disappear at the end? You know, then I can see, yes, exciting. But shooting a tree and the tree just goes. This is
The
me
cardigan,
shooting a
he's
tree.
always on point with the cardigan. You know this. I'm trying
tree
to
just
figure
goes.
out my email to Mike, how I can not
That's
sound
not fun.
creepy,
I
but
want to
ask
see
him,
all
like,
the trees
where we
mourn
can get.
over this guy.
Angela and me
try
have
to
a
get
very
me. The rest
emotionally
of the
vested
trees try to
interest
arrest me.
in acquiring
All right, let's see
cardigans
here. More gun
that are
control.
much like this.
To fly a plane, that you just don't walk in and start flying a plane. You have to
Well, it does occur to me.
qualify. I'm okay with that.
It does occur to me
things
that
that
I have
come out
a
of
German
this man's
Shepherd I
mouth,
can't control,
it's
so that's
crazy.
more of a liability than a gun I can control.
You mean you'd shoot the dog?
No, I mean,
Oh,
Bill, he
no.
doesn't get it.
No.
He's like so.
Are you even listening? And at this
impenetrable.
point, Jeff's like,
He's never
this an
listening.
hour?
And
Hour.
Jeff was
It's like
only
he doesn't listen to
humoring
anything
you.
yes,
that
of
he's gonna say.
course.
I've only seen Bella Thorne.
Here it is.
liability that a
and
gun
this
I can
person,
control.
but-
You mean you'd shoot the dog?
No, I mean,
Oh.
if I have an intruder,
Yeah.
the dog sometimes doesn't know if they're supposed to be there or it's just my buddy coming over without knocking.
Well, and what kind of dog is this?
Shepherd.
Well, the shepherds are
Why-
smart. If
why is
if
the
the
dog
if you
part of
haven't
this
gotten a
conversation
shepherd up
with
to
the
that
gun?
point,
That makes
that's
zero
on
sense.
the owner.
Oh yeah.
Because that's what-
okay, she's a bad dog owner now. That's nice. If your dog isn't trained, that's on the owner. You.
There's no segue to that. You
thought
guys
we were
understand
friends.
this, right?
Thanks,
I mean, it's just
Bill.
constant. It never ends.
But it's like that's what they do. Your dog is probably looking at you like, I'm a fucking shepherd.
Trained.
Just give me a little direction and I can handle this. But nothing, you know, just like, well, first of all, they would smell the fear on you.
Right.
Especially you without a gun would be shitting your
I
pants.
mean, this is like a guy who thinks dogs eat liverwurst for dinner. He
He's
doesn't
such
fucking
a
know
bum.
anything. Like, imagine him even giving a treat to a dog without going, oh, what the fuck is this? You know, he
Yo,
probably
dogs
thinks
would
dogs
run
suck.
from this man. I guarantee
smell
you,
shit. They
dogs
love shit.
don't like Bill Maher.
And then they would know this guy. But, you know, it's not hard for human bad guys to disable the dog. I have
Why
dogs too.
should we
but
get to
dogs are
disabling
old
a
and-
dog, you creepy
Think we're not
motherfucker
gonna
in a creep
hurt
ass
anybody to begin
basement?
with,
What
but
are
they
you
can make a
talking
racket.
about?
That's what I like dogs for. So that if someone breaks in, I know so long before they get to my bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Imagine you think somebody's coming to get you in your bedroom. I can't wait to get my hands on
Fucking
that
guy.
Mar.
This
This is
fucking
wrong.
guy, right?
She's naked. You're sitting in bed thinking someone's coming. That's creepy.
No one's
and he's
going
fucking
there
naked
that's
too,
not
all
forced to
smithered.
be there
Or
or
Mr.
paid
Burns, is it?
to be there or like
Mr. Burns.
under some kind of
Mhm.
like creepy
oh,
ass
I have
contract.
plenty of time to
We all know you have
prepare
time.
myself. They would have to break down a few different doors. The dogs wouldn't be barking, you know, but they can kill
Yeah,
a dog
but why'd you
pretty
bring
easy.
up disabling a dog,
He's
you
twiddling his
crazy
thumbs.
I do feel
fuck?
safer
yeah,
with the.
yeah, look at this. He's
Jeff Ross
he
is
hates
like-
this. All right, so was there
So
any
you
more?
can go to 15 minutes
Yeah.
in,
Okay.
and this is just to display
So
that Bill is not a puff pass man.
Wow, this is so rude. Watch this.
It's always some,
I'm like Vin Diesel if he were neither fast nor furious.
I guess you were
I hate when they do their very old, tired stand-up jokes
I'm
on
like,
the podcast.
I know that he
That's
didn't just
sneaky,
say that.
sneaky,
Like, he's
deceptive
definitely.
delivery. I don't like that at all. Yeah, I'm like what does he say here? This hack fucking
I'm
thing
like
about
Vin
himself.
Diesel,
Vin
not
Diesel
if he
were
wasn't
neither
too
fast
fast
nor
or too
furious.
furious.
And he says that every night for 15
15
years.
years.
And
He's
they
in the
all
Bobby Lee
die
Club.
laughing, don't they? Robin Tran.
How do they even
I
still
guess you were
say
in
these
too deep.
words? I don't understand.
Pretty fun.
I'm going to work on this idea. I like
Let's
it.
smoke
I
with
like
Mar.
it
Let's
too.
smoke with
People
Mar.
always tell me,
Wait a minute, you got to cut me in.
we're in, baby. We're right in Hawaii.
Right. I'm serious. I'm seriously stoned. So, again, I
You
always.
going to share?
Oh, I'm so.
He's seriously
I'm so-
stoned
I
on
did
his
bring some.
dope
That's so
clove
rude.
I did bring
cigarette.
something.
Yeah, at the beginning of the show, isn't this Jeff's own pipe that he
Bun,
brought?
He is about to give him the pipe.
Oh,
This
okay.
Hi,
is just the joint.
Samachi.
This is the
Happy
joint. So Bill
belated
Maher
birthday. You
lit a
guys,
joint,
Samachi
said,
had a birthday
"Here,
yesterday.
smoke some dope." But then Bill just smoked the whole joint. I mean, it's been like 20 minutes. He hasn't offered
Yo,
anything
Bum
to Jeff. So we find out that here,
Backlow.
and we're
Doesn't
going to
he look
continue with
like
the pipe
someone
stuff.
else in history?
Or no, all right, we don't have to if it's not planned.
I can't remember.
What
Well,
is
just stick with the
this?
plan is what I
Okay.
mean.
Yeah,
Whatever the
play it
plan
for a second
is.
here, and I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so. I'm so
I did bring something.
That's so rude.
I did bring something while
That's
we're
the-
talking about weed. Maybe this is the time to
That's
do
the
it.
problem.
Before you light it up,
No, please.
hold on.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to go through that. It's too long. Right?
Okay, this
The
is a
pipes.
good part. 27, but he does that a bunch more
Yeah.
times where he just takes a huge hit of Jeff's pipe and then just puts it down beside him.
Yes, exactly.
He never gives
No,
it back.
he doesn't care about anybody but himself.
Go to 27.
It's very obvious that
Okay,
this is
and
true.
what's
He
gonna
doesn't
happen
care
here?
about anyone but himself.
You're gonna love it.
Okay, here we are.
Oh boy, I tell you,
You got me.
fun is hard work. Yeah, we're gonna have fun in Hawaii this year, like Elvis. You see that movie?
I haven't seen it.
Wow.
Not interested? Not at
No,
all.
I'll see it. Right now, I'm binging something else, which
And why would
binge
you
it.
I
not
think
be
you would-
interested? Like
I
he's
know.
like, oh, not interested. It's like
Not
no, that's
interested,
the-
I suppose.
That's
Below
what
you.
you do to people.
Yes.
Nobody's ever done that to you.
Another Elvis movie mentioned there by one of the old timers.
I know, right,
love it.
Amy?
All right, what's the next one here?
Oh no, this
Oh
is
no,
it.
keep
Yes.
going here. Okay, here we go.
Thank
Good love.
you.
What?
It's bizarre.
the Danny
People
Boyle Sex
thought it was
Pistols thing
fake.
on Hulu.
Oh, this is great.
I don't
Here
know.
we go. So it starts with Elvis. Okay, I know where we're here. Watch this.
Did you see that
Because I
movie?
know why
I
we're
haven't
here.
seen it.
Not interested? Not at
No,
all.
I'll see it. Right now, I'm binging something else, which
Binging.
I think you would love.
What?
The Danny Boyle Sex Pistols thing on Hulu.
What?
Oh God,
Sex Pistols. That's punk rock.
Steve.
Generation mix-up. Generation mix-up. Now, what's about to happen is so cool. Should we tell them? We could probably just tell them what's happening here. You know, and this is what these old timers forget. There are these generational differences. Jeff Ross is Gen X, right? Now, Gen X
Isn't he a
likes
millennial? I don't know.
old school punk rock. Yes, they do, right? They like the Clash, the Sex Pistols. Stuff like that is like normal to them. Bill is a boomer. Bill is a boomer. The Sex Pistols to him is like crazy. Like, what the fuck? We don't listen to that shit. So we're gonna have a generational mishap.
Bill Maher
It's
still
happening
thinks
right now.
Quaaludes
None of
are on,
them
like,
know that
any
this is the
menu.
case. And they're going to argue their generation's taste with each other without knowing that this is just the simple problem. Watch this. You're going to love it.
What?
The Danny Boyle Sex Pistols thing on Hulu.
What?
Oh God,
Sex Pistols. That's punk rock.
Steve Jones from the Sex
What
Pistols wrote a
genre is
book,
that?
and Danny Boyle.
He's like, yeah, Steve Jones, the Sex Pistols. You know, like people like him and Mark Merritt, like that age group, they listen to the Sex Pistols. But it should be up to them to know that, yeah, Bill Maher is like 68.
They thought he was
Don't
cool.
listen to the Sex Pistols. That didn't click, work for that guy. Okay, so watch this.
That's punk rock.
Steve Jones and the Sex Pistols wrote a book, and Danny Boyle, who did Train Spotting and Slumdog Millionaire, he made a mini series out of it about the early days of punk rock in London.
Punk rock.
It's so cool.
Punk rock.
You should love it. You're a punk rocker.
I am not.
Yeah,
Well, not the
Bill
music.
wants to hear.
I know, but your attitude has always been a punk rock attitude.
Is that right?
I believe that.
Well,
One of the things I like.
You know,
Or
you
like-
could actually glamour Bill, and that's
No
what Lafayette.
dissing, because I
True
love
Blood, another
Billie
term,
Holiday.
Great term.
But like
from
Billie
True Blood,
Holiday,
glamoring
or like
people, as we
anything that
put a
was
little
at
spell
Studio
on it.
64.
You could trick Bill Maher
probably
in anything.
wants to hear.
If Bill Maher's starting to get a little too picky on you, just be like, you know, you're actually great. You're
He goes,
actually
"Oh,
why
there's
I got into this
Sonar?
business. You're
Oh,
like an inspiration.
Pelosi.
I'm like,
Oh,
oh, well,
dude, Pelosi
okay,
has
well,
to be
I don't
older.
know about that. Tell me more. Really, is that easy? So that's kind of Jeff goes, fuck, how do I get out of this? Well, you're a punk, right? You're a punk. And this kind of works on Bill for a second.
I am not.
Yeah,
Well, not the music.
I know, but
I
your
don't think Mike
attitude
would
has
ever
always
go
been
down
a
into
punk
that
rock
basement.
attitude.
Is that right?
I believe that.
What did,
Well,
One of the
okay.
things I
someone
like
said
about you.
Well, then
yesterday,
send me the
there's some
lyric
brave
sheets because the
souls going
music
down into
sucks.
that basement.
The music sucks. Right, listen. People think, you know, and that's why I hate this term punk. I don't like the Sex
Hey,
Pistols either. I
moderators,
don't like the Clash. I don't
gonna-
like any of that
Thank
exploited.
you.
I don't like that old school weirdo stuff. That is weird.
I timed out Wendy
me.
by accident.
But
the
I
other
mean, if
day.
it was on, you wouldn't be like, this
Yes,
is
I would. I
on.
would go turn this off. No, obviously, no. But I understand what's happening here. But to him, all he's hearing is this nasty, disgusting English garbage. He can't even believe he's associating with somebody who would listen to that. In his mind, it's like just a guy with a mohawk who's got no mind, banging into the wall.
Who's got
So
no
he's very
mind?
confused.
Things I like about you.
Well, then send me the lyric sheets because the music sucks. I never thought.
Anarchy in the UK.
Thank you, Amy.
Okay, great. And by the way, anarchy is stupid.
Yeah.
So, you know, the idea of being pro-anarchy,
Bill Maher's
immediately
basement
not
is
respecting
stupid.
your work.
If you're
Wow.
a 19-year-old
Yes. Okay. Well, that's why we shouldn't let 19-year-olds control the ideas.
All
of
right, you're
society.
right. The Sex Pistols suck. No one likes the Sex Pistols.
Wow.
The Sex
Like
Pistols
that.
haven't
Maybe
been
they have other
19 since the
attributes.
They're the great- they
80s.
just
What is he
started
talking
something
about?
with
Something good coming up.
Modern.
They started something that sucked more. They started
You
something
don't like the
where...
Clash and the Ramones?
No, no.
Yeah, I love-
Punk rock, and we're talking about three...
I love how that blows Jeff's mind. You know, as if he's never. Wait, you don't like it? You don't like the Ramones? No, I don't like the Ramones. I love it. I'm you know, that happens to me once a week where I have to explain to somebody that, yes, this is exactly what I'm saying. It's like they say to me with comedians, but you don't like this guy? You don't like it? No!
chords. I think I know what punk rock is. Now, maybe they did some... I will say this.
Here,
I think there's a band that started punk rock. Maybe there's more than one. Yeah, I'm sure there is. There's a band, I believe, started
Samati?
punky, and then became an awesome band.
It's Samati.
Okay.
You know what someone said
there's
yesterday?
a band that he
They
does
said
like.
Bill's
They
Basement
started
is the new
punky,
Epstein Island.
But then became
amazing in a real band. We're going to let you decide who is the band.
It's
Don't
such a
tell us
bad
if you've already
joke,
seen
but
it.
it's such a good
That is
joke.
cheating.
I know.
But guess, you got to guess. And there's no glory in guessing if you know.
There's one
Yes,
song by
only
the
guess if
Ramones,
you
guys.
just
What is
honestly
it?
guess.
Yeah, there's no glory in that. You're not going to go to bed thinking you're a champion.
But in the end, we will sweetly believe.
We'll sweetly believe. So, what band do you think he does
I will
like?
find it.
Punky, Punky.
Pearl Jam, someone guesses.
one song
What
that I
band
love by
started
Ramones.
punky, but now is real music? Not like that horse shit they
I
used
want
to
to be
make.
sedated.
I'll give you a tip. I like that horse shit they used to make in 1994.
Some people have guessed it. Some people have guessed
Okay,
it.
There's one Ramones song that is pretty dope. I'm gonna play it for you. Never mind, I'll tell you later. If you ask me after, if I close the computer, what were you gonna say? Come on, that's a good song, right, Samati? There's a few songs with Green Day too. I know, Lambros, is this it? I mean, it's not a song I'll listen to again. I like send a friend. Let's see. Is there another Ramones song? There's one called Pet Cemetery that I don't even want to listen to because why is it called that? Poison Heart. No. Yeah, the only one that stuck out to me was that one. Now they're starting to talk about what do you call it? Nirvana. Let's see. No, that wasn't it. I was like, the title sounded interesting. Yep, I think that's all I knew about the Ramones. And then they talk about the Sex Pistols. Okie dokie. So we have to finish Bill Maher's Basement. That's what we have to do. Think anything. It's kind of funny. Like, it might have been like in a subconscious way. I was like, okay, we need a break anyway. So, yeah. What Ramones song was it that was good? They had one. Here we go. Oh, fuck me. I didn't. Did I? Cross your fingers, guys. Well, anyway, let's see what the time code is. 24 hours to go. I want to be sedated. It totally started from the beginning. Sorry. Okay. Oh, so I wanted to talk about something else. I'll do another video after this because I want them to be separate. But I learned about, yesterday I learned about the 6. While I'm doing it, I'll just ask you guys. Do you guys know what there are 6 facial expressions, facial expressions that will emote emotions, convey them, that are like, what's the word I want to use? Transcend any country or place. Do you know what they are? And there's a very interesting story about them. Okay, I have to start from the beginning and it'll take 1 second. If you've ever been on this live, this is something that happens. We call it technical difficulties. And sometimes the song comes on. I'll get my thing with the emotions.
Terry Fox in the chat, I gotta say.
I needed?
Oh, when and where to create.
That's
one.
right. Yeah.
Like, bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, Pac was the
Bro.
Bill. He will really make this awkward, won't he?
Drink.
I usually drink a little.
My brother's in jail for 35 years for that shit. No, it's not. You know, this is like if you were 8 years old and you're hanging around all your dad's friends. And, sorry, these guys are too intimidating. I'm going to get the hell out of here. That's what he makes people feel like. He's so rude.
I know.
So watch this. Everything Jeff says, he's got to, you know?
I'm just afraid it'll get turned on me.
You know who used to act like this before his 8 other personalities? You know who used to act just like this? This is why I started hating him. That dinner music, and let's go back to Bill Maher. This gets way better. All right, check this out. Here he is with Jeff Ross. They're still talking about the guns.
I don't think they got any easier.
But you can't leave with it.
No,
Leave it.
I certainly remember that store that was on Sunset, LA Guns.
Yeah.
Willie,
Not
shut
there
up.
anymore, but I think it was popular, and I seem to remember as a popular tattoo.
Yeah, that's because it was a band. So he thought he saw these people with an LA gun. Girl?
Something like that.
Something like that. He's
little direction, and I can handle this. But nothing, just like, well, first of all, they would smell the fear on you.
Right.
I think
Especially
we
you
were about
without
here,
a gun
right?
would be shitting your
I
pants.
mean, this is like a guy who thinks dogs eat liverwurst for dinner. He doesn't fucking know anything. Like, imagine him even giving a treat to a dog without going, "Oh, what the fuck is this?"
Oh,
He
he was
probably
talking
thinks
about-
dogs
who's
suck.
Terry Fox?
They smell shit. They love shit.
Thank you, Lambros.
And then they would know this guy. But it's not hard for human bad guys to disable the dog.
Right.
I have dogs too. Well, of course they're old.
You
and
should not be allowed to have dogs
We're not
either.
gonna
The
hurt
list-
anybody to begin
we
with, but
should
they
have a
can make
list
a
of
racket.
things Bill
That's what
Maher
I
should
like
not be allowed to
dogs
have.
for. So that if someone breaks in,
Straight
I
up.
know so long before they get to my bedroom.
Man, you think somebody's coming to get you in your bedroom? I can't wait to get my hands on that Mar. Is this his room? Is he naked? You're sitting in bed thinking someone's coming? That's creepy. And he's fucking naked too, all smithered. Or Mr. Burns. Is
Liverwurst.
it?
Yes.
Mr. Burns.
Oh, I have plenty of time to prepare myself. They would have to break down a few different doors. The dogs wouldn't be barking, but they can kill a dog pretty
I
easy.
know, Zaire. Like, why
He's
didn't you
twiddling
even
his
think
thumbs.
about
I do feel
that?
safer with the
Yeah, look at this. He's
Whatever.
he hates
If
this.
you
All right, so was there
So
any
you
more?
We're
could go
just getting
to
here. If
15
you
minutes
rewind it,
in.
he
Okay.
went
And
from
this is
like
just to
owning a
display
gun
that
to lying about
Bill
training
is
about a
not a
gun to
puff,
disabling a
pass
dog with a gun.
Wow, this is
Dude,
so
he has
rude.
dogs.
Watch this.
What?
It's always some,
I'm like Vin Diesel if he were neither fast nor furious.
I guess you were
I
in.
hate when they do their very old, tired stand-up jokes on the podcasts. That's sneaky, deaky, deceptive delivery. I don't like that at all. Yeah,
Every
I'm like,
time I
Vin
saw
What
Bobby
does he say
Lee
here? This hack
do
fucking thing
stand-up
about
with
himself?
us
Vin
a bunch
Diesel
of
if he were
times.
neither
It
fast
was the
nor
same
furious.
set every time.
And he says that
Ditto
every
Dalia.
night for 15 years.
Ditto a bunch of them. But
And they all die
some of them,
laughing,
like,
don't they?
specifically, even
Rotten
like,
Tran.
like
I guess you were in too deep.
like the laughs after are the same. It's like, how the fuck?
Pretty
I'm
funny.
going to
you
work on
do
this
that?
idea. I like it.
Smoke with
I like
Mar.
it
Let's
too.
smoke with
Weird.
People
him.
always tell me,
Wait a minute, you got to cut me in.
we're in, baby. We're right in Hawaii.
Right. I'm serious. I'm seriously stoned. So, again, I
You
always.
going to share?
Oh, I'm so. I'm so sorry.
I did bring something.
That's so
I
rude.
did bring something.
Yeah, at the beginning of the show, isn't this Jeff's own pipe that he brought?
He is
Just
about
like
to give
Bella
him the
Thorne.
pipe.
Oh,
This is
okay.
just the
Roll her
joint.
own
This is the joint. So Bill Maher lit a joint, said, well, "Here, smoke some dope." But then Bill
like,
just
"Nah, I'm
smoked
good.
the
I
whole
have my
joint. I
own
mean,
pipe."
it's been like 20 minutes. He hasn't offered anything to Jeff. So we find out that here, and we're going to continue with the pipe stuff.
Sure.
Or no, we don't have to if it's not planned.
I can't remember.
We'll just
fully.
stick with the plan, is what I mean.
Yeah,
Whatever the
play it for
plan
a
is.
second
is
here,
it.
and I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so. I'm so sorry.
I did bring something.
That's so
I
rude.
did bring something while
That's
we're
the-
talking about weed.
No
Maybe
one
this
wants
is the
to
time
smoke
to
That's
do
Bill
it.
the
Maher's
problem.
weed.
Before you light it up,
No, please.
hold on.
Okay, I don't want to go
No
through
one
that.
wants
It's too
to
long.
touch
Okay, this is
anything
a good
Bill
part.
Maher made for
27,
them.
but he does that a bunch more
Yeah.
times where he just takes a huge hit of Jeff's pipe and then just puts it down beside him.
Yes, exactly.
He never gives
No,
it back.
he doesn't care about anybody but himself.
Go to 2744.
Okay, and what's going to happen here?
You're gonna love it.
Okay, here we are.
Oh boy, I tell you,
You got me
having
all
fun is hard work. Yeah, we're gonna have fun in Hawaii this year, like Elvis. Did you see that movie?
I haven't seen it.
Wow.
Not interested? Not at
No, I'll
all.
see it. Right now, I'm binging something else, which
Then why would
binging.
you
I
not
think
be
you would-
interested? Like
I
he's
know.
like, oh, not interested. It's like
Not
no, that's
interested,
the-
I suppose.
That's
Below
what
you.
do to people.
Yes.
I know,
He's
right,
never done
Samantha?
that to you.
Another Elvis movie mentioned there by one of the old timers. I love it. All right, what's the next one here?
Oh no, this.
Oh
is
no,
it.
keep going here. Okay, here we go.
would love.
What?
The Danny Boyle Sex Pistols thing on Hulu.
I feel
Oh,
like I
this is
talked over
Here we
this
go.
part, but we saw
So
it.
it starts with Elvis. Okay, I know where we're here. Watch this.
Did you see that movie?
I haven't seen it.
Not interested. Not at
No,
all.
I'll see it. Right now, I'm binging something else, which
Binging.
I think you would love.
What?
The Danny Boyle Sex Pistols thing on Hulu.
What?
So good.
Sex Pistols. That's punk rock.
Should I
Generation
roll the
mix up.
dice and go like 5 minutes
Generation
forward?
mix up. Now, what's about to happen
I'm
is
gonna
so
do it.
cool. Should we tell them?
I feel like I talked
We could
over
probably
right
just tell them
before
what's
there.
happening here. You know, and this is what these old timers forget. There are these generational differences. Jeff Ross is Gen X, right? Now, Gen X likes old school punk rock. Yes, they do, right? No. It's almost like the same thing. It's like the Green Day can have some of your favorite songs, and also have the most cringe-worthy song that you cannot
Somebody
go
said
near,
Green
that you
Day.
actually cannot stomach. Eminem too, right?
Yeah.
I created a monster who lives on my street.
Well, that song's cool because it has Rihanna.
I wanted the
but
fame, but not the cover of Newsweek.
That's a great line.
That is.
Wanted the fame, but not the cover
Fair.
of Newsweek. Oh,
I
well.
wanted the fame, not the cover of Newsweek.
Oh well.
I get the punk spirit is in there.
They have great melodies, but the
Great
guitars,
melodies
the drums,
and
the bass.
harmonies.
Yeah.
In other words, I'm not afraid to make an entertaining, good record. What a crazy idea. You know, I mean,
he loves his band. Just let him have his band. That's what I mean. Everything you like, if it's not
And
something you like.
Jeff is pretending to agree with everything he's saying about
Exactly.
Green Day.
Yes, exactly.
Which,
Jeff is
yeah.
going out of his way.
entertaining, good
I
record.
love
What a crazy idea. You know, I mean, the Beatles never would have done punk because they were like, well, we know more.
I mean,
How
I
many
feel like
years
Green Day and the Beatles have a
preceding
lot of similar
Sex
sounding
Pistols
songs,
or the
to be honest.
Beatles? Anyone?
type of
Anyone?
melodies, right?
Anyone?
Green Day and the Beatles.
Wasn't the
You
Beatles
could listen
like,
to that at the same playlist. Same vibe.
No, not
Three
even-
chords. We
They
could
were
do
Two
something
decades
else.
but the Sex
apart, I
Pistols
think?
were just literally street punks who learned how to play
Right.
after they formed the band.
Well, they learned how to play.
They were part of a movement.
He's not
There was
listening. He's
It was a
literally
reaction.
not listening.
It was a bowel movement. They
It
were.
was a bowel movement.
They learned to play, and then quickly halted that learning
Wow.
curve.
They died. Well, they
Well,
died
again,
a year into it, but
it's very simple, repetitive. I get it. It's a primal scream.
right.
That's what. Okay.
I like
well,
that.
once I've heard one primal scream, I don't need to hear the whole album.
Bitchy. Wow. I mean, what an asshole. All right, was there any more to this part?
Sorry, guys, I
That was
can't
pretty
really
much
read the
it.
chat
They
right
talk
now.
about it a little
My
longer, but it's more
contacts are
Bill
kind
Maher
of
and
funny.
Why
Jeff
don't you go to
Ross.
like 105 and see how much tequila is left in
Yes, that is a
Jeff's
great
cup?
call. 105. And then after this, I believe we have our imposter results coming
Sure
up right
do.
after this. So 105. And let's see how much of that tequila is left.
Bye,
'Cause you did give
Zaire.
him a
Bye,
full
Zaire's
cup,
girlfriend. Thank you for being
a
here.
full send, as I call it. All right, let's see what happens here. Ooh. So we are at 105 here, and that tequila really, maybe a couple sips.
I was gonna
Couple
say.
sips,
Tried
but
with that
quite
thing.
the waste, yeah.
I'm gonna do some more bumping Mike
Great.
States with a
Oh,
towel.
bumping.
All
Yes. Okay.
Throw some
I'll see you in Hawaii. Why don't we plug that one?
Okay,
Tell 'em.
Bill Maher.
Yeah,
night before
everybody.
Thanksgiving,
Very
New
nice.
Year's.
Thanksgiving.
Okay, Bill Maher. Thanksgiving,
Okay.
Hawaii.
So I was
Hurry.
ready to get out of that basement before we ever went in that basement. Just FYI. Really, I didn't need to show my legs. Okay, so I want to tell you. I guess I could go because I brought it up. I'm gonna make a different video. I'm gonna make a different video, but if anybody was interested, what the 6 signs that facial expressions, emotions that people will emote, and it's like global. Like most interesting to me is that people like tribes that have not been exposed to any humans at all besides their tribes make the same faces. So it's happiness, anger, fear, surprise, disgust, and sadness. So Charles Darwin was the first person that came up with these. But this guy named Ekman said, no, you're wrong. This cannot be right. Ekman, Eckman. So he disagreed and he contested it and he got a grant to go all around the world. And okay, what did I write? So Charles Darwin said all humans have the same facial expressions that are related to their 6 like main emotions or whatever. So Ekman said, no, you're wrong. And he got a grant, I don't know from who, but he went all over the world just to come back and say Darwin was correct. Like he even went to like the Galapagos Islands and places where tribes, these people have not been exposed to anyone except their own people. And they made the same expressions for happiness, anger, fear, surprise, disgust, and sadness. People had not seen other people exhibited, people that had not seen anyone else but people in their tribe exhibited the same expressions for those things. So I thought that was kind of cool and interesting. And I want to talk about that on like a deeper level at some point. The entire counterculture was a planned social gaslight. When you say counterculture, what exactly do you mean? Because that makes me, hey, Dave Each. Which resulted in genuinely good music and results. Things always find a way to balance despite plans to the contrary. Agreed. And you know what it makes me think of what you just said, Sumati, is how we talk about self-mastery and 0-point balance, like being in the middle, like not picking sides, like right, left, black, white, Republican, Democrat, female, male, rich, poor, any Cowboy who played last night. Somebody said they were watching a football game, Dallas, Colorado, whatever. But never, like, that's one thing I can say for sure. I feel like is a thing, like a thing for sure, is noticing that constantly we're being, I don't know if the word is pulled or pushed or incentivized or intrigued even to pick one thing over another instead of just staying in the middle. Does that make sense? I hope so.
Remember.
Okay, guys, I love you. And for all of you guys that were here for my whole oven debacle in the beginning. Wait. Mercury retrograde is over. Okay. Happy birthday, Sumati. Sumati. She's like 22 years old. All right, guys. Jordan Peterson freaks me out, Dave. Implies we can all access a collective intelligence. Okay. Yeah, we can. Okay, let's back it up for a second. I'm going to be effective and not, what's the word? What did I used to say? Okay, so Jordan Peterson, do you believe that he's like a good person, Dave? I know that he has a huge audience, and I'm not saying, I'm just asking. So before, if you're still here, that's a very important thing. Dave H said Jordan Peterson implies we can all access a collective intelligence or archetypes in life. God's hard drive on humanity. So that's true, but that's not Jordan Peterson's intellectual property. I hope that makes sense. Sumati, did I say that well? That is not his intellectual property. Not only that, I don't think he even fully understands what that means, but that statement is absolutely correct. He could be a very bad guy with good ideas. So, okay, let's think about that. A person that is inherently, what is our working definition of bad, right? Inherently, so I would say working definition of bad for this situation is not having the best interests of anyone but himself, basically, right? Or something. And worse than that, I think pretending that he does. I think that the hypocrisy is one of the worst things. So let's put those things together, Dave. A bad person, and we can think of other, if anyone else wants to chime in, excuse me, on working definitions of what makes a person bad, because what's bad, what's good, right? But think about the combination of a bad person or somebody that's, my hand just did that actually, which is not abnormal, or that's good. There's a can testing. So somebody who's bringing things down energetically as an energetic existence, okay, which is Jordan Peterson, in my opinion, with a good idea, something that is a positive thing for most people. I don't know how that's ever gonna, right? So his vibration is here and the ideas are here. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of energetically impossible in my sort of understanding of things for that to ever meet and become something positive. I'm sorry, guys. I keep blinking. My contacts are dry. That happens when I smoke pot a lot. And I've been smoking a lot of pot because that's what I like to do. Hi, Ryan. Ryan, you'd be a good person. So somebody said, we're talking about Jordan Peterson. I said, I have a bad feeling about him. I've always had a bad feeling. And Dave H said, he might be a bad guy with good ideas. And I said, like, but what does that even equal? Like a person that's bad, or like what we went through, like a brief definition of like what a working, we have to like we would have to establish what is our working definition of bad, right? A bad person or a good person, but with good ideas and what our working definition of that is. But energetically, it just, I don't know, it just seems like, I don't know. I think that he regurgitates things. I think like what you said is a true statement. I'm not going to go back up, but what you said is a true statement, Dave. And you quoted Jordan Peterson. Just seems like maybe a bad guy with a lot of money that's able to get a lot of attention. So people like you, like, remember something that someone else actually said, but quote him, right? And what the fuck is up with his daughter? She's not well. I mean, like she's like a raw meat club or something. Like this is not a sign of like a healthy family. Parent programming. I got to look that up. You got to be a good person. Well, the thing is, yeah, like I agree with Amy. I haven't even read fully what she said, but I feel what she said. You got to be a good person or a decent human being with good ideas. Forget the bad part, because those ideas should be studied probably behind bars. So basically, well, what I'm like extrapolating from what she said is that what Amy wrote, and I agree, is that like also this, you know, I don't really think somebody that's operating on a lower energetic field, or call it bad, or call it just not helpful to people in general, or not conscious or not aware, I don't think they're capable of really enveloping or understanding or okay, so to be able to explain or to be able to like really teach or do anything, I feel like you have to like synthesize it in a way for yourself. And I don't think his energy composition, whatever you want to call it, would even allow for such aforementioned synthesization. Okay, so why? No, I'll be very specific. I don't like his eyes, Jordan Peterson. I don't like his eyes. I don't like his body language. I don't like what he says. I don't like how he says things. I don't trust anything about his energy, Sumati, if you want to ask me that. It's a big discussion because Dave brought up a quote that I know someone else said and attributed it to Jordan Peterson. I think that he's very, very mentally unstable, emotionally unstable. When I see him, I see unwellness and sickness. I feel like his aura is dark, his face is dark, everything about him is dark. So I don't know if you and I have ever discussed him, but if you want to talk about that, there we go. When you look at a person, if you're in your body, I don't mean in your body to sound strange. Whiskey. If you are someone that can see things, you can see people. You can see, like, when that man speaks, it gives me the chills, kind of. When I first heard of that dude, it was like people were like, because I'm like in the, the wellness global community or whatever. And it was like people will come onto the scene. Like people asked me why I didn't like Sadhguru. And I explained that very clearly. And I'll say very humbly, I'm an authority on things like this, not doctors and stuff like that, but when people are like, oh, do you know what Jordan Peterson or Ashley, you'd be like, you've seen Jordan something like this. And when I first saw it, I was like, this is a sick individual, like somebody that needs to be helping himself if he has any ability to be helping anybody or talking about self-care or anything. The first thing I saw, he was like, his wife was sick and he was on Klonopin for 60 days. So he didn't sleep for 60 days. I'm like, sounds like you're kind of a meth head. None of it made sense. And his daughter's like naked selling raw meat with a raw meat club for $500 a month. Like it's all fucking weird. And then I saw an interview with him and his daughter, and it was the most bizarre energy I think I've ever seen with a daughter and it was like these like I just felt like they have sex. Conjecture, pure conjecture, but I feel like that dude is all wrong. So that on that. And then the stuff that I already know. Yeah, they're both light and dark, Ryan, for sure. For sure. But that guy's darkness is all I see. I don't see any light in him. Tell me where to find that. I want to look at it. Well, actually, Red Bar covers his daughter. Just look up what's her name? I forget. Jordan Peterson's daughter. Look it up. Ashley, I can't even tell you how far off you are if not watched other videos and long hours of lectures and interviews. I have not seen anything preceding 2020 of him. That's the first I've heard of him. I appreciate your passive aggressive opinion. Ashley, I can't tell you how far off you are. I'll go ahead and stick with my own instincts, Sumati. Thank you. Yeah, Ryan, let me know what you think. So yeah, if I were you, Sumati, maybe check out people change, maybe check him out in the last 2 years or so. He's not a good person. Or from what I have learned about him, what I've observed, he's not somebody that I would let within 100 feet of my dog shit. And I would think that you know me better than to know that I wouldn't just say that about anyone. So, and to tell me that I'm far off is a little bit rude. Well, I don't know what, it's not passive aggressive. It's actually just ignorant. Like you're lacking knowledge. Okay, so you've been following to 2015 to present, and you think he was never seeking fame? But where is he now? Unfortunately, she's right. The Petersons are vampiric. Yeah, I mean, I've heard the darkest stuff, but I'm telling you the most innocuous stuff that I've heard. You know what I'm saying? And then I saw a bit of him when he was on Rogan, and I was just like, this is like an ill man, like a physically and mentally ill person talking about things that, you know what I mean? And his daughter, like, I felt bad for his daughter when Red Bar covered Michaela, and I think it was called the Lions Club, which is weird because I think like my parents or my grandfather was like a Lions Club member, and it's like a vet, like a veterans, like from the war. It was like that kind of thing. You can feel however you want about anyone. We all have our own psychic impression. Totally. Jordan Peterson is someone who spits out, yeah, Carl Jungian tropes, and Young just copied from Julian James. I didn't know about that. I'll look into it. Hi, Ashley. How are you doing today? I'm good. How are you? If you watch this from the beginning, it was pretty funny. Like my oven hasn't been working for like 5 weeks, and they came 4 times today, and like anyway, they've come like 10 times in 5 months, but then like it was hilarious. I didn't realize that you guys were like still here. They called. They were like, "Yeah, he left his knife there." And I'm like looking in the kitchen, there was no knife. But I thought to myself, Ryan, if I find one, I will use it. Let him come to the door. Fucking liar. Like the maintenance man told them my stove worked, and the lady came. I'm like, "You have a stove at your home, correct? Like the stove no work." I'm sorry, oven. Um Am I doing okay? Oh, I thought I said I hope you're doing okay. Am I doing okay? I'm doing pretty good. Today's a week since one of my best friends went to heaven. So, considering I got a job as a maid today, so that's cool. If you live in California, you can hire me. Michaela Peterson has 3 gigantic vanity mirrors in her bedroom. I heard having mirrors in the bedroom is bad luck. I have mirrors in mine, but I don't know. And then gifted one to her daughter for what? 4th birthday? That's weird. Thank you. I'm excited. But then I found out that you have to have your own cleaning supplies. So I have to go to like the 99-cent store and get, I don't know, a bunch of stuff. I agree with you. Buddy, when people say they can think and do it, they feel, it's like saying love is love. If you're like if you're making an analogy to like or relating that to like pedo stuff, I totally agree. Like if that's what you're saying. And I'm not okay with people messing with kids. All right, guys, I'm gonna order some food because I can't cook any. Amy, this is hilarious. My friend just did this yesterday. Wait, what did she do? Yeah, I'll catch up on a lot of this chat later. My friend just did this yesterday, and I went. Well, I was like texting my friends. I'm like, you can hire me, like texting my friends in the building, so I could at least get some like good reviews. It's called Homaglow. So it's like kind of cool because you can just like pick the places you want to clean. So there's like two, but I don't drive, so like there's that. So there was one in East Malibu today, and then there was one like in, I don't know, it was far away. But then it was like when it said I needed my cleaning supplies, I was like, fuck, I don't have cleaning supplies for my own place. Thank you. I also applied for Section 8 housing today. What up, what up? It was a really productive day. Guys, everyone, please be kind to each other. Who's not being kind, Ryan? What did I miss? Jolene! How's your dad? Give a big hug and kiss for me. I'm okay. I lost Bossy Saucy to heaven. But other than that, we're healing. Also, you have I heard from Sloan? Sloan's good. She was live recently. I keep wanting her to be live. I feel like she might be live tonight. What time is it now? It's 5:41. If it's like after 7, she'll probably not be live. Fingers crossed she will be live. I love you, Amy. Yes. Oh, I'm so sorry. No, she was live in less than 2 weeks, I feel like, Sloanie. I feel like she was live like in the last week. All right, guys, I love you. I love you. I love you. And watch it, Ryan. You know who always said be kind? Ellen DeGenerate. That was her fucking line. Love you guys.